श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। श्री सत्यवर दुग्धाब्धेः उत्थिता जगतीतले सुधा श्री सत्यधर्माख्या पावयेत् स्मरतः सतः। विद्यापीठ विधातारं विद्यावारिधि चंदिरं विद्यार्थिवत्सलं वंदे महामहिम सद्गुरुं। श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। Satyadharma Tirtharu. His name itself indicates that he stood by dharma his entire life throughout his reign. Satyadharma Tirtharu was a Shishya of Sri Satyavara Tirtharu. He was a great pontiff and served a great lineage to the Uttaradhimat Parampara. He is known nationwide for his great commentaries where he amazingly dwells into depths of meanings of each and every word. Satyadharma Tirtharu's Purvashrama name was Navaratna Purushottamacharya. Everyone used to call him Annayacharya lovingly. His father, Mudgalacharya Navaratna, was the Shishya of Sri Satyabodha Tirtharu. The name Navaratna, which means 9 gems. This name it is given by Sri Satyanidhi Tirtharu to Mudgalacharya, his 6 brothers and his 2 brother-in-laws. All of them were extraordinarily brilliant. They outstood everyone with their intelligence. As an embarkment of their talent, knowledge and extreme bhakti and compassion towards God, Satyanidhi Tirtharu titled them as Navaratna, which would forever remain in the history as 9 jewels. Such jewel, Mudgalacharya, he gave birth to another gem, Purushottamacharya. Purushottamacharya was born on Pushya Krishna Shashti in Savanur. They belonged to Deshastha Madhva Brahmin community. In his Purvashrama days, Navaratna Purushottamacharya, they faced utter poverty. Finding a single grain of rice was very, very difficult for them. Still, facing all those hardships in life, he had done severe penance to Sri Raghavendra Swamiji, who indeed blessed in his dream that in the near future, he would overcome certain circumstances that he would be serving the Lord until his entire life. Purushottamacharya completed his initial education from Sri Satyabodha Tirtharu. Later, under the guidance of Sri Satyavara Tirtharu, he revised all the courses and conducted further researches and investigations. The instance of his pontificate is quite interesting. Once, Satyavara Tirtharu, during his stay in Namagondlu, a thief stole the idols of Lord Rama and Sita. Out of utter dismay, Swamiji vowed to fast until the idols were found. 1 day passed, 2 days passed, 3 days passed, 10 days passed, 20 days passed, but fully no gain. Finally, on 21st day, it was Navaratna Annayacharya. He was the one who spotted the idols of Rama, Sita and other Vigrahas. Probably, Lord Rama's wish was the same. He has chosen himself the successor of his Pitha. Usually, the pontiffs or the saints, they themselves select the successor. I mean, by the grace of Lord, they themselves select the successor and give the Pitha to them. They ordain them into sannyasa and crown them to the throne. But here the context is quite contrary. Lord Rama, he himself chosen the successor for his Pitha. This is very rare. During the entire regime of Sri Satyadharma Tirtharu, Uttaradi Matha acquired enormous honor and wealth, what we call as Karnike, from many Nawabs, Peshwas, kings and undefinable people who were all his Shishyas. It was a very eventful period. Diwan Khanderaya of Savanur was the Shishya of Sri Purushottamacharya and he helped the Matha to reach the peaks of its prosperity. Satyadharma Tirtharu. He visited many holy places during his Sanchara. He undertook extensive tours and gained victory over many Advaiti Pandits and scholars. He visited Sriranga, Pandharpur, Hole Narsipura, Udupi, Tirupati, Ramanathapura, Rameshwara, Sri Mushna, Arni, Bangalore, what all, many places. Mysore, Hole Honnur. He travelled to many holy places during his entire period. Once, during his visit to Arni, people over there pleaded His Holiness to save them from the calamity. They were suffering adversely since many years. It was very badly affected from drought. Though facing these hardships, they still had so much devotion towards God. Turned on by this deep anguish, Satyadharma Tirtharu stayed there for an entire year and did Akhanda Anna Santarpane for a whole year. This is actually unimaginable. Divan Purnaya. He sensed every wish of Sri Satyadharma Tirtharu and stood along with Sri Swamiji in his every step. Swamiji also maintained a close relation with Sri Divan Purnaya. Satyadharma Tirtharu mostly visited Hole Narsipura. It was his main arena, today what we call as Karya Kshetra. Hole Narsipura was also known as Dharma Kshetra. It is situated on the banks of river Hemavati. It is where he wrote the commentaries to many granthas like Bhagavata, Ramayana, Mahabharata, and also his own Swatantra granthas. He stayed there for 10 long years. He even composed Hemavati Stotra, which we consider as a proof of his stay at Hole Narsipura. He installed a Mukhya Prana idol in Hole Narsipura, which we believe it to be as a Sakshi for his stay over there. Even in Bangalore, he established a Mukhya Prana idol in Chickpete. In Chickpete, even today, many people visit, pray, plead, implore themselves and get all their wishes fulfilled. Even today, the present pontiff, Sri Satyadharma Tirtharu, whenever he visits Bangalore, takes darshan of Sri Chickpete Mukhya Prana Swami, seeks blessings, and only then he further moves on. Satyadharma Tirtharu composed in total 16 Swatantra Granthas. Few of them were Ganga Lahari, Kavikanthamani, Hitopadesha, Navagraha Stotra, Guruvashtakam, Sri Rangeshwara Shrungara Lahari, and many more. While we observe, his thoughts were rational and had a very luminous style of writing. His composing style was very bright and radiant. Apart from the Swatantra Granthas, he composed 10 Vyakhyana Granthas, namely Tattva Sankhyanā Tippani, Namaka Chamaka Vyakhyana, Bhagavata Tippani, Virata Parva Tippani, Udyoga Parva Tippani, Ramayana, Virahi Modha Sudha Vyakhyana, and many more. If we observe very keenly in all these granthas and in all his commentaries and compositions, he rationally exhibited all his thoughts. In the Bhagavata Tippani, he told detailed meaning to each and every word. It is not very easy. Even today, this is considered the most apt and accurate Tippani. It is flawless and accepted nationwide. This style, it is used by many intellectuals, many pandits to teach various discourses and conduct various lectures. Satyadharma Tirtharu's Pravachana Kaushala was very commanding and authoritative. His knowledge was ultimate. He performed Sudhamangala 16 times during his pontificate of 33 years, which is probably a record of all times. Mysore Maharaja. under the assistance of Sri Holiness Sri Satyadharma Tirtha Swamiji, took intense interest in the affairs of Uttaradi Matha and bestowed large quantities of gold, silver, and other treasures to be used for and during the daily worship of Matha deities. This also gave the ownerships of large properties and estates in the province. Not only his knowledgeable skills, his profound proficiency, literary perception, apart from these, everyone were baffled by the miracles shown by Sri Satyadharma Tirtharu. Once, over 12,000 people gathered during the Mahasamaradhana Mahotsava of Sri Satyavara Tirtharu. The function was going on steadily, smoothly. All the people were deeply immersed in Ramadevara Puja. Suddenly, heavy rain started. People became horrified, not knowing what to do. This rain started putting Diwan Purnaya into great inconvenience. He didn't know what to do. Swamiji, observing all this, simply completed his puja, came out and prayed to rain god. The rain stopped at once. It seemed like as though the rain god has heard his prayers. Same way, once Swamiji, during his stay at Holenarsipura, one Dwadashi, he wished to have darshan of Lord Narsimha Swami. After completing all the regular morning rituals, the priest closed the temple and went back home. Here on the other side, Satyadharma Tirtharu decided to take darshan. Satyadharma Tirtharu, along with Diwan Purnaya and few of his seers, went to the temple. To their surprise, the temple was locked. It was very hot and sunny day. So immediately Diwan, along with the disciples, went in search of the priest. The priest, knowing that Swamiji has come, he immediately ran to unlock the door. When they come, the door was unlocked. To their surprise, Swamiji was in deep meditation in front of Lord Narsimha Swami. It looked like Lord Narsimha himself came to give darshan to his bhakta. Let us think about it once. Lord Narsimha, who saved Prahlada from Hiranyakashipu and gave darshan to his bhakta by smashing out from the pillar, is it difficult for him to unlock a small door? Similarly, Goddess Mahalakshmi of Kolhapur once ordered him in his dream to visit Kolhapur. After darshan on his way back, he came across the king of Kolhapur. The king had everything: brimming wealth, enchanting beauty, bravery, good luck, grandeur, magnificence, everything except for a son. The king fell on the feet of Sri Holiness and pleaded to bless them with a son. Swamiji prayed Rama and blessed the king that he would soon beget a son and his kingdom would have plenty of everything and become prosperous. It happened like that. Soon, a year later, he was blessed with a mighty emperor. And another instance. Swamiji went to Tirupati to take darshan of Lord Venkateshwara. It was a very hot day and Tirupati that time was facing scarcity of water. Papa Vinashini Tirtha, which was a tri-stream, due to less rains, it was flowing a single stream that day. Only one narrow thread of water, what we call as dhara, was flowing down. When Swamiji went to take bath, suddenly at once all the three streams started flowing very heavily. Here it is believed that the water is said to flow from the god's feet. That scene looked like as though the god is pleased by his bhakta's devotion. After a bath and his morning rituals, when Swamiji came back, again only a narrow thin stream of water started flowing. Everyone were again baffled by looking at this. One or two, there are many miracles of Sri Satyadharma Tirtharu. We come across thousands of incidents where we read their tales. He has shown the way and guided us to the path of philosophy. He passed away peacefully after handing over the entire reins of Matha to Sri Satyasankalpa Tirtharu. His Brindavana is located in Hole Honnur. Today, on his Aradhana, let us all do good deeds, follow the path led by him, and please the Lord to achieve salvation. Shri Krishnarpanamastu.